welcome back by another video. And today we're not gonna do a review, we're gonna have a little peek behind the scenes. The decks I'm working with at the moment, that is for my private clients, for my work on the biggest platform in Europe. I'm not giving them free commercial. Yeah, there I have other decks I work with. So this is the decks I have on my desk. So these are the decks I always gravitate to. So that's what you're like to work with to do a good reading. Okay, now let me show you the first one. I have my decks here, and I have on every deck a little paperweight. It's a little black cat, and that makes sure that the cards doesn't do this. Because I got also cats and they walk over your desk. So, now let me show you the first tarot deck I'm working with. That's the Lorenzi Tarot. Now, I bought this in December 2022. And I bought it in the first place because I like the images. I like the cards also, they're nice and big. So, and it's different. It's a modern deck. It's also brutally honest if you are open to read with the deck. Let me show you some images of the Lorenzi. For example, the Three of Wands. Okay, look at this one. Let me put the light a bit more on it. Look. You see here a heart on a stick. Then you see two snakes coming out. Yeah, it's a bit graphic, I think, this deck. But it also talks. So it's brutally honest. It will give you like a view on things that you didn't expect it. So if you're open for that kind of reading for yourself, then this is a very good deck, but you have to take your time for it. Let it grow on you, so to speak. And yeah, this is my favorite at the moment for readings, because they give me all the information I need to know. And then I have another tarot deck I gravitate to, and that is the Robin Wood Tarot. And these are more normal pictures. Yeah? Like you have here the Queen of Cups, the Emperor, Ace of Cups. And this is also a deck that I like to use at the moment a lot. It's a nice deck. It's very light to read. Colors are bright. So if you want to have a bit of a happy reading, not that heavy, then I'll leave the Lorenzi and take the Robin Wood, because you're not always into that deep and dark. Then, standard on my working table is an astrology deck. And this one is the Black Moon Astrology. And I love this deck. It will really talk to you. It has all the signs. And I use this as to get a good information about what's going on. It can also do predictions. I mean, every deck does in a way. Don't always keep yourself how you should use a deck according to the little manual or booklet that comes with it. Always read those cards on your intuition. But I love this deck also. And my clients do also, because when I do my readings, I always make photos and send them right away, so they can see what I'm talking about. Now you have all kinds of, here you have Aries. So I love this deck. front of the box, by the way. You see? Yes. Okay. So this is the Black Moon Astrology Oracle. But of course, yeah, you also, if you do a reading of an hour and more, sometimes I want a fresh deck. Well, then I have this one. Well, I will use this one to lay on top of another tarot deck to get more information, or sometimes it just happens that you get exactly the same cards. So yeah. And it's the Hanson Roberts. Hanson Roberts is almost a mini deck. It fits in the palm of your hands, but this is also a deck that brings me in a nice state, you know. Look at those colors. And if I'm honest, I need also the variation in decks, because at one point you get bored with all those pictures, so you want something else, and then you have the result of having 130 decks. Now, then you like collecting. So I stop now because at the moment there is nothing interesting out there. You know, in a way they give you the same pictures with the same information. It has all the same symbolic in its meaning, that kind of thing. So yeah. So, but this one I use to put on top of my other cards for extra information. Then I have another deck that I also grab. It's an oldie. I put it in a nice bag. I think this is from the Illuminati Tarot. I didn't like that deck, so I didn't buy it. But I love the bag because this is the High Priestess, and yeah, she's ruled by the moon. Yeah? So I have in here also moon cards. And this is the Moon Logi. If I say it right, don't have the box anymore. Because this is like used on a regular basis. And I must say, this is a good deck. I started to etch it. But yeah, I also have to work in the meantime, so you still grab your... so yeah, I will use these also with the Rider White while I'm working. And they give you also a lot of information. And also like the cards, they come with a little text. Yeah. Nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. Yeah. It can give you good answers on different situations. And then of course I use the Romance Angels. I don't have them here on my desk, that I have him on my other desk. And I don't even find them worth it to put in a video, you know. I see those things like all day. You know, everybody wants those Romance Angels. And still you have to be careful with those Romance Angels, how you predict, because sometimes if there is like wedding there, everybody thinks, oh, I'm getting married. No, you're not. It just means that some official things are coming into your life. It also can mean commitment, but that's the danger of those cards, you know. And yeah, you have to read them to the situation. The apple doesn't goes far from the tree, yeah. So it stays nearby the tree, nearby the source. Look, I have them all upside down. So yeah. So you use all those cards, yeah, and then I have like an enormous choice of what I can use on oracle decks, on tarot decks, whatever. But this is at the moment, my go-to. Oh yeah. And did we have something else here? I think this was it. Yeah. So this is the decks on my desk. So for everybody who's interested in what I'm working with, well, that's it. So now if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you for the next one. Bye bye.